Good afternoon, guys, and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, pardon my messy hair. I need to go take a shower and get to bed. It's actually not quite that late. Yesterday I stayed up later, I guess, and went and got up kind of late today. But I was really good on Friday or Saturday. I woke up really early so we could go to the grocery stores and everything like that. But then today I wasn't quite as good. And guys, the weird thing is though, is that it has been so, well, not, I guess it's not weird, but it was really warm this weekend. And everybody's been raving about how warm it was. Jack actually went with a bunch of his football friends and they went to go practice, I guess, sort of, and just, you know, throw the football around and stuff like that, I guess. But anyways, they were out there yesterday because it was like super warm, like 50s. And I guess that's what it was sort of today again as well. But yesterday, because we went to the grocery store so early in the morning, like it wasn't warm out. It still felt really cold. But because I think the rest of the house, like most of the house is actually like, you know, kind of warm. You know, the furnace hasn't been going that much, so it hasn't been really warm in my room in particular, because my room is like sandwiched in the middle, which, like, it's between the two, like, you know, I guess sort of in the middle. Like, that's the only exterior wall that I have, whereas like my parents' is like on the corner, and my mom's office as well. But you know, my bedroom's like, you know, should be a little bit warmer. But like the thing is that they still have their heaters going, and like my heater I don't have going at all, so the furnace like hasn't been keeping my room warm, whereas everybody else's room has been. But because it's been warmer out, you know, the house hasn't needed to be heated up as much. So my room just in particular feels really cold. But yeah, so it's been really warm this weekend. But I guess that's the weird thing, is that it's not felt any warmer for me. Like, I felt like it's just literally as cold, because it is like cold in my room at least, and everybody else's room is like at least still warm. Even though it was like 50s, you know, at night especially, it's still getting cold. And then I think tomorrow is supposed to be like 40s, maybe gets into the 50s, but yeah, so I didn't go outside really, I guess, today. But yesterday when I was out at the grocery stores again, it was all in the morning. Like, I think we ended up getting back from the grocery stores around 10 or 11 o'clock. We weren't out for that long, you know, at the point when it would actually have been warm out. But it is kind of nice though that, you know, there's like 50-degree days in February. That's pretty nice. We're getting close to the end of February already, which is kind of weird, guys. I feel like the beginning of this year already has gone by so fast. Like, I'm like, how is it almost March already? Like, it doesn't seem like that. It seems like it should still be like winter, and maybe that's because we just haven't gotten as much snow as we normally do. Like, most of the snow kind of seemed like it melted, I guess, sort of over this weekend. But like the last time it snowed a few days ago, or maybe it was last weekend, like the snow kind of hung around for most of the week. But like, it's weird because it, like, most of it melted, but like especially in our backyard because of the fence, all the part that's like, you know, shaded by the sun hasn't. So there's like big, like, you know, patches, and like sort of half of our yard almost has still got snow, and the other half is completely melted because it did warm up. But again, I think over this weekend most of it's pretty much gone. But you know, like most of the snow has kind of just like, we haven't had snow for like an extended period of time, or like, you know, just like when we have, it hasn't been that much. I don't know, we've had like a really just like light winter, I guess, compared to like most of the years and stuff like that. And again too, because we didn't get any snow almost at all in December, maybe the last week, but yeah, we got no snow in December. So it was like January it snowed a little bit, and then like so far in February it snowed a little bit too. But like, again, we haven't had anything super crazy. And especially too, I feel like when it has snowed, it's like melted again. But we haven't had like a good like month's worth of, you know, like snow, or like, you know, a good like 2 weeks, you know, where it's just the snow has been, you know, steadily there, and like, or like keeps falling and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, it was, like I said, a little weird. I feel like, you know, I'm still waiting for winter almost, when it's kind of, you know, getting close to spring now. And I told you guys even too how we did wind up getting all of our we got our stuff to do our starter seeds as well. So anyways though guys, me and my mom have errands we have to run tomorrow, so I will be gone for part of the day, probably like middle of the day. So hopefully I can get up early so I can try and get some stuff done during the day, like earlier in the day. But yeah, I really, like I said, I didn't even really get to experience any of the warm weather this weekend because I didn't have a reason really, I guess, to go out or be out of the house or like leave or anything like that. But again, I feel like I'm still freezing cold, and I'm like, why does it feel like it's like 30 degrees in my bedroom? It feels like 50. The weather this probably was outside this weekend was as warm as it was in my room. But no, I'm just always freezing cold most of the time. Like, I'm comfortable at, I'll be honest, when I sleep especially, I need my room to actually be pretty cold. But like, I'd say like 60s is normally like, I mean, that's not super cold, but you know, like I can't sleep if it gets hotter than like 70 degrees in my room. I have to then literally almost at that point sleep under a sheet. But the problem is that like I can't have my comforter on me if it's too warm, and so I will wind up like taking it off and just having like just sleeping with a sheet, and then I'll wind up where, you know, I'm like, should I wear shorts or should I wear like pajama pants to bed, because I can't figure out how cold or how warm it's gonna be. And so I'm like, okay, well, if I just sleep under the sheet with, you know, pajama pants on, then I might be okay. But then what if I get too cold and then I get too hot with the comforter on, then I need to wear shorts. So it's like, I hate that in between, like I don't know. So it's actually been, I've been sleeping really well because it's been like, you know, colder in my room. But like when I'm up and stuff like that, I'm like, I just need to have like a blanket on me, I feel like, at all times, because I'm always cold. So yeah, didn't do much else today. Matthew was gone at work today, and then when he got back, he was only home for like a little while and then ended up leaving. He had like homework that he was finishing up and then actually left. But we watched the Hawks game, the Cubs game, because they started spring training yesterday, guys, which is awesome too, because I'm like so excited. I'm like, I can't believe it, like spring training's already started for baseball. And like, goodness, guys, like I don't know what it is about like spring training and baseball, but it just automatically, like, I feel like the seasons change once like baseball starts, and I'm like consistently like it's on every single day, and I literally almost watch every single game, especially in like spring when it's first starting and stuff like that. So I'm like, I can't believe like it's February already and like the Cubs have already started. So yeah, and then the Hawks played today. Like I said, they lost, but then the Bulls won today, which was cool. They played like later in the afternoon, but the Cubs and the Hawks were both on like at the same time, so you're watching that. But the Cubs got a new like network now that is not like, it's their own network, like the Cubs network. And I was super freaking out, guys, because I told you I was like so mad because we don't have the NFL network anymore, which we did last year, and I was so mad that they ended up getting rid of it, AT&T, which is who we have for cable. And I was like, oh my gosh, knowing them, they probably won't have that, and I'll get to watch like no Cub games at all this year. I was so happy that they had it. So you get to watch all the spring training, and they had like a bunch of fun documentaries too on. Like my dad could not tear himself away. He was watching, probably watched 3 or 4, not like documentaries, but you know, like interview things and like, you know, about like specific players, kind of like documentaries a little bit, I guess. But he probably watched like 3 of them today, plus the game. So I ended up watching 1. But my dad, like I said, he was like watching it like all day today, doing his laundry or something like that, like putting laundry away, like, I don't know, cleaning his room or something. But he was like in there all day today, like watching that. I was like, what are you even doing? Like, you know, you've been in there all day, like watching. He's like, I can't tear myself away, these are so interesting. Like watching the, you know, all the stuff about the Cubs and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.